north end zone. There is a slight breeze in today's game. It's not too much to affect the throwers. The rest are south of the north. So look for that as the first pull is up. We see pull going to Kieran Allen.
Pulled by Xavier Payne, one of the defensive leaders for Nashville. Very good defensive player running down on that pull.
Funny guy, that Xavier Payne. Made me laugh when I met him. Jack Williams with the disc. Over to Kieran Allen. A freshly haircutted Kieran Allen. I'm so glad he's not wearing his hat. Plays a lot better without the hat.
Oh, Jack streaking deep.
Nethercutt looking, and we see a little poachy defense here as Jacob Fairfax gets the disc. 15-yard under to Jack Williams. And a double team applied. Williams hits him with the scoober. Big swing finding Terrence Mitchell. Just patient offense here. We see Justin Badgett hawking Terrence Mitchell. Xavier Payne on Nethercutt. Always a fun matchup to have. A little bit of contact there. Looks like Ryan C. with the contact on David Snoke, and with a 10-yard penalty and not 10 yards left, they're going to center it on the goal line for Raleigh's first opportunity here in the red zone. And Dave Snoke's going to take advantage of that with a goal. We see the cheeky high release. Yes, indeed. Very good. And a quick score for the Raleigh Flyers. Now, a minute and 12 seconds off the clock. It's kind of what you want to do. It's something that the offense really struggled with last week. Scoring efficiently and in 20 throws or so. That's what you want to see from the offense.
That good O-line consistency. The best O-line is a boring O-line. I've heard boring people say, and I agree with them.
Is that why we play D-line, Josh?
That is why we play confession to make.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You trapped me in the joke. As the pull goes up, we have a centering pass to Stephen Poulos, the gunslinger, as CJ likes to call him.
That's right. I played with Poulos a couple times, once from Charlotte Express.
Grab from number 34.
Yes, great intensity right there to hold on to that frisbee. Chris Calhoun moving the disc with Poulos, and he's going to take a hammer shot, and he's going to find his target, and that's a quick response. That's number 55, Elijah Hame, which was one of those players to watch, and he reels in his first goal of the night. Stephen Poulos throws his first assist. Poulos is going to be one of those guys that Mike Denardis wants to have the disc in his hands. Why do you think, with a guy who's leading this team in assists, why does Mike Denardis want to put the disc in his hands so much?
Just like you saw with that hammer, that was a hard throw to make. Any throw you make while you're still moving, you have that momentum and you haven't been able to stabilize your core and aim. We see Poulos with just taking lower percentage throws more often, and so if you can force the disc in his hand, I know that he talked about throwing Josh Hartzog, one of the better defenders, into dogging Poulos in the middle and trying to keep him isolated in the middle.
Absolutely. The good thing there is that Poulos is gonna shoot. That's his role. He's gonna shoot that shot. But Nashville is going to try to take away the necessity of the hucks from Poulos. As we see Dave Snoke taking a shot here for Jacob Fairfax. And that is an easy goal for Jacob Fairfax. Cameron Snook, unfortunately, giving Fairfax a step, and you cannot afford to give that to Jacob Fairfax, or he will make you pay.
The Fairfax goal, no surprise. Who was the assist? What was the
That was
throw to
Snoke
Fairfax?
again.
Oh, Snoke. 2 assists back to back.
Absolutely. It's been a couple games off for Snoke, and he's come back as a savvy veteran that we'd like to see.
It's the headband.
It's the headband. We can't call him the headband. That's Goose.
That's Goose. I guess we'll just call him Snoke.
Absolutely. Flyers D-line out here. We got Johnny Lynch, Mike Benoni, Charlie Nunez, Jakeem Polk, Jacob Mao, Xander Taylor, and Noah Saul. Noah Saul is one of our defensive leaders here for the Flyers. El Capitano. We got 13 Ds on the year. Let's see if we can add one to this total with the spin pull. I will say, I've been throwing the spin pull recently. I can understand why all the hype is about it.
Spin pull summer 2018?
That's right.
All right. I like it.
Taking out my talents to that. As Lally catches this, he's going to take the shot here, and Charlie Muniz is in the territory, and Charlie Muniz going up, and I think Jaime just misread it. Charlie with the, I wouldn't say short man D. Charlie's the bigger one in that matchup, but he definitely got his guy to jump up with him.
Did a good job. Beat him to that inside lane. Won the space. You win the space, you don't have to win the shot.
Great opportunity for the Flyers. It's Sander Taylor and Noah Saul playing a little give-go, and Sander getting power position, and he's got streaking Johnny Lynch, but Johnny was already too deep for him. Pannoni with the disc now on the flat side. And he's going to throw it around to Muniz. Jaime almost getting that. Johnny Lynch coming underneath, receives the disc. Noah Saul going to take that shot for Mike Pannoni. He's putting it out to space. Defender's closing, and Pannoni rising up and grabbing that over Zach Avello. That's an early break for the Raleigh Flyers. And that's what you want to see out of the Flyers defensive O-line. It's been kind of a, well, as a D-line player, I can tell you that we have been struggling offensively this year, both in practice and outside in the games. But that was pretty smooth O-line. I think that Denardis will be happy to know that, you know, if we can just do that the rest of the night, he won't have to burn any timeouts and put the offense on the field.
I would agree with that. Another huge, strong D-line coming out for the Flyers. I can't see who that farthest number one is, CJ.
Looks like Brett Matzuka.
Brett Matzuka, big Brett Matzuka, with Jacob Mao, Tristan Green. Man, that sun is very hard to see.
Would you say it's sunny?
It's always sunny in Cary, North Carolina.
And we got a double team applied here, a little clam action, and we see a run in, and Jacob Mao on one of his D points, almost getting that one. Xavier Payne with the disc now.
Never forget Mao's incredible full extension layout D in, was that the Atlanta game? The first Atlanta game?
I don't think that was.
You know the play. You know the play.
I do. As a big shot here from Payne goes
do it.
up, and
Do it
he's got
again.
Javi Ortiz. Oh, and he just doinks it off his hands, and he's not happy about that one because he actually got his hands on that. Mao to Matzuka. Quick chance for Raleigh to gain a 3-point advantage. D-Rich on the disc, moving it every other with Brett Matzuka. That's what he wants to do. Brett's in the no-look backhand.
Breaks through
space.
3 defenders.
Over to Tristan Green. Shane Cisco playing defense this week, it looks like. Tristan Green allowing that to settle nicely into his hands. We see Alan Laviolette out there, number 10. A recent addition from the Atlanta Hustle. He moved to Raleigh. He's loving his time with the Raleigh Flyers, and I'm sure he'll be loving Worlds this year with Ring. Oh, and a really good bid opportunity there from Jacob Flowers.
David Richardson running. Justin Schroeder around, seems to be trailing.
Really patient O-line here from the Flyers as the disc is now in the red zone with Laviolette. You're going to see some give-go here between the 3 handlers, and Tristan Green's going to have to run this one down. He does, and he's got a wide-open David Richardson, and that's a goal for the Raleigh Flyers. Tristan Green hitting David Richardson. Would you say that throw was a bunny?
All right, folks, we're going to take a break. That throw was, in fact, funny. That was one of those throws and momentum that we're talking about. If you get someone who takes a lot of shots without slowing down, stabilizing, kind of like cough cough gunslinger, we can isolate that. That's where you get turnovers.
Absolutely, and as we can see, that there is a slight issue with what Nashville's game plan has been. They said that they didn't want to huck it, and lo and behold, we see Xavier Payne taking that shot. And yes, Javi got his hands on it. He probably should have came down with it, but that's not really what Nashville's trying to do tonight.
Especially against the height disadvantage of Jacob Mao.
Exactly. Mao is incredibly talented in the air. He skies people that are taller than him with ease. And so Javi getting up there is great, but that's not the shot you want to be taking, as the pull does go out of bounds, so they'll be thrown at the brick mark here, the 35-yard line.
CJ, would you think it's better to have a gunslinger mentality early in the game before the tiredness sets in and you forget your fundamentals like your throws and catches and those lose a little bit of touch?
Absolutely. As a throw just out of Mac McClellan's hands, and Flyers looking to break again. Oh, and Terrence Mitchell, unfortunately not there. And Stephen Poulos, baby. Layout. There it is. Poulos is into it. Going with your gunslinger mentality is, of course, Poulos gets the D. You got to be a gunslinger early on. I think that it gets you, if you start throwing well, your confidence starts to ramp up a little bit as Jakeem Polk eats that Stephen Poulos throw. Jock with a quick inside throw. Charlie with the subtle lefty backhand out to Xander Taylor. Inside break to Noah Saul, finding Jakeem. He's got Johnny Lynch, hits him. Johnny Lynch, unmarked, swings the disc calmly to Noah Saul.
Now, CJ, when they don't have a mark, is there still a stall being tacked?
There is not. There has to be somebody within a certain amount of space, in the case 10 feet. So in that case, Johnny was not being stalled. And Johnny pops that one up. Saul's able to corral that one easily. And Charlie Muniz scores.
Such a dangerous swing option in the huge wide field, that lateral movement gets you every time.
Absolutely, and that's 3 breaks in a row for the Raleigh Flyers. I mean, that's something that Nashville is going to have to, they're going to have to stop. They're going to have to call a timeout or do something where they can really reaffirm this game because it's starting to get away from them at 5-1. It's just little stuff here. Maybe it's the trip. They just need to get settled. Maybe they just need to get their feet back into this. But right now, they got to score. They got to get this game back within 3 points. Justin Allen puts a flick huck up into the troposphere.
Offsides call.
I believe there is an offsides call. This is going to be at half field.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, Mike D's probably not going to be thrilled about that one. Xavier Payne with the disc, swinging it over. Find a Jacob Flowers. You see some hard man defense, some forced backhand as number 60, Corey Hardesty, casually makes that one-handed catch. Shane Sisko just unable to get that one.
Kieran Allen doing a good job containing Phil Doherty, trying to get resets farther in the backfield. But Kieran's doing a great job on his hip. He's yet to get a touch.
Hardesty pointing to people and a nice inside break. Oh, Mike Pinoni wanted that one. Schroeder able to snag that one just before he was able to bid for it. Payne comes up with it. Nice bid. Throws a scoober. That's going to be territory for Justin Allen, but Hardesty makes the play on it. That is a goal for the Nashville Nightwatch.
Forward for a line full of defenders.
Right. And that's something Nashville really needs. 5 minutes and 42 seconds left in the first quarter, and we see the Nightwatch, getting their hold, which is their first hold in a long time, 3 points. And that's something that they need. Of course, they're going to break the Raleigh Flyers, or at least they should. There's usually at least one break in these AUDL games. Nope.
Ain't going to happen.
It's not going to happen. The offensive line for the Flyers, we see Jacob Mount, Terrence Mitchell as a roller ball headed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Looks like Brett Matsuka is going to try to quickly pick this one up. And even if they try to double team, I just feel like Matsuka is just going to easily throw this one. Yep, called it. Oh, Nethercutt's throw is not so sweet.
Like.
It's all those weeks off. Terrence moving up the disc and Jacob Mao filling like he does oh so well.
Flyers having no trouble swinging the disc any direction that they choose.
And Snoke, instead of throwing this one, catches this one from Nethercutt. Flyers making really quick and easy work of that Nashville defense. This is unlike the Atlanta game from last week where the hustle zone really frustrated the Flyers. Their offense was unable, our offense was unable to break through this clamp that Atlanta had. It looks like the kind of poachy zone that Nashville's running is not really problematic for the Flyers. What do you think is going on the field?
Yeah, CJ, I couldn't tell you. It seemed that a lot of the much of the break up, or too much of the break lane for the thrower. If that makes sense. They're giving up too many fakes, and there's too much space for throwers to work with it.
As McClellan catches the disc, he sends it to Poulos. Peter Barry take off. Peter Barry, one of those Tri-Force gold medalists last year. He's a deep threat, a former teammate of mine on Turbine. Great kid, love the guy.
Paul Lilly pumps the deep shot out, and easy swing out.
Finding Barry. Peter looking for Poulos, able to find him.
Josh Hartzog with a very intense mark.
Oh, and a really big bid there from Noah Saul on Paul Lally, and looks like there's going to be some contact there. Yep, 10-yard penalty. Lally's finding a velo, one of those small, speedy cutters for the Nightwatch. And Poulos with the disc. Buttery backhand to that side of Lally. Finding Barry. To a velo, they're in the red zone now. Big pump fake, waving his defender away. Opts not to throw the inside or the up the line. Squeezing it. Threading the needle, finding McClellan, goal for the Nightwatch. That's Lally, finding McClellan.
It's just hard work on the force side.
Yep, and the Flyers, I'm sure the defensive coaching staff for the Flyers are not going to like that too much because it was mostly just four-side cuts. Four-side and up-the-line cuts, which is actually something that doomed us last week at Atlanta. We were unable to stop that up-the-line cut. Especially to the backhand side. I mean, it's harder to guard the up the line with the backhand side, but it's all about making sure you're being communicative with your teammates on the field. It looks like the Flyers maybe could have used a little more communication up there.
So if the Flyers were to make a team effort to lock down that up line, what could be the fallout from that? Would they be giving up something in the backfield? Easy breaks?
Well, it depends if the mark's going to shift. If they're going to be less tight on the mark, you think that people would swing the disc easier. You generally don't want that, but it also takes better positioning of your body from those defenders, and you have to trust your mark. So if you're going to shut down the upline, you have to know that your mark is moving around.
Very physical team, probably having this exact same conversation in the huddle with Mike D. Got the D-line rounded up. You see a strong O-line ready to do work. Brett Matsuda closest to us, but farthest from the rest of the players for some reason.
He probably just smells.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Brett Matsuka also having a couple weeks off. He's featuring less games with the Flyers this year than he did last year, but he's still one of those savvy veterans. He's one of the best throwers that the game has ever seen, and he's done a lot of coaching the younger teammates of ours on the Flyers, people that lack experience, but he also does it, at Goalty sessions as well. You learn a lot from Brett.
Yeah, Goalty, quick movements and agility, his specialties.
See him take off deep, and Fairfax not going to throw that one. He can throw it. We saw that in the Madison game this year. Kieran Allen to Nethercutt, and
forget, fans, right here after this quarter, 3 minutes and 19 seconds, get down on track. We're going to have a water balloon contest, throwing contest. And after that, right after that, attention kids, ages 5 to 17, Trying Ultimate will be running a free ultimate clinic right at the end of the first quarter after the water balloon toss on the softball field next to the stadium. All skill levels are welcome. Parents, drop off your kids, sign a waiver, go back to the stands and enjoy the game. No kidding, that's for real. All clinic participants receive a free disc thanks to the Ultimate Realtor, Seth Gold. Y'all get all that? upright if need be. The speed from number 25, Mike Pannone, give it up.
Set me free, why don't you, baby? Get out my life, why don't you, baby? 'Cause you don't really love me. You just keep me hanging up. You don't really need me, but you keep me hanging up. Why do you keep on coming around, playing with my heart?
Being critical about that throw, all I would say is I want that to hit more of the middle. That throw of the future that Denardis always talks about. You know, if you're going to start your throw on the right side of the field, you want that throw to hit the middle side. But I think right there it was a better option because Barry was over the top. And he kind of throws it out of bounds to come back inbounds. So in a way, he's still putting enough future on it to give his receiver a chance without having the defender come over top. As we see Poulos and Payne moving the disc up, and Payne's going to take the shot here.
And you can see that future he puts on it, cascades it to the right.
Oh, Jakeem Polk going up over the much smaller Justin Badgett. And that's exactly what Nashville does not want to do. Jakeem Polk is much taller than his defender, has a 40-inch vert. Maybe not want to throw that one. Matsuka moving the disc side to side, finding Polk. And David Richardson with a big 20-yard swing. We have two Flyers going deep. Muniz with the disc, finding Lynch. And Johnny Lynch getting a nice consistent amount of games in a row, and a lefty backhand from the Rook.
High release.
It's a savvy throw. It's a confidence throw. Charlie Muniz swinging the disc to David Richardson.
D-Rich having his way with Hardesty.
It's not a person I like to guard. When he was just fast and still learning the game, he was still a pain in the butt to guard, and now that he understands spacing in the game so well, it's just a nightmare.
Also how to use his body. One of the best physical players I've seen.
Absolutely. He does it so cleanly, too. He's such a big person, doesn't use his arms as much as uses his big body. As Taylor and Matsuka are just carving these handler defenders up. Oh, Muniz loses a wheel. And Matsuka just throws it backhand nice out to him. Looks like a little contact, not enough to draw the foul. And I think Coach David Allison's going to take a timeout here and get the Raleigh offense on the field. With 30 seconds left in the first quarter, the Flyers are up 8-3. And we see an offensive timeout from the Flyers, and we're going to see the O-line come on and hopefully punch it in for a 6-point advantage.
For the Frisbee players at home not familiar with the AUDL, how many timeouts are they allowed to take? How many line changes could we see in a game like this?
We could see 4 from each team maximum, 2 in the first half, 2 in the second half. It would be pretty OP if you could just do that whenever you wanted.
That would be broken, as the kids are saying.
So the Raleigh Flyers, historically wise, I would love if our stats guy could actually come up with how often the Flyers have turned the disc after subbing on their O-line. Because as a member for 2 years on the Flyers, it has been quite often that I've seen, it makes sense to throw your offensive line, the guys who are more disc savvy on the field to put them on. But in a way, sometimes that also allows the defense to put their best D players on, and turnovers are more prevalent, I think. So it's interesting. Let's see if Denardis makes me look like a genius or a fool. My money's on the latter.
Gotta have traditions. Gotta have your team traditions. It wouldn't be the Raleigh Flyers if you didn't call off the D-line.
We just got to eat our cookie patiently. Another cut with the disc. He's going to take a shot here, and that is a quick, easy goal.
Terrence Mitchell.
Flyers making that look very simple. Nethercutt's second assist of the night. Mitchell's first goal of the night. Flyers a comfortable 9-3 lead. And so not really at the start that Nashville was hoping for. They went down 8-3 in their game 2 weeks ago. Coaches were talking about how they want to make sure that they are not having a similar result. Unfortunately, that's not really quite the case here, as we see owner Casey Degnan with a bunch of water balloons down there. I'm glad we are in here. It's about to get very wet down on the field.
If it weren't for all this equipment, I'd be out there.
We are on the field reporter.
Bob,
I'm into the idea of throwing water balloons into the crowd. As the disc centers to Stephen Poulos with 22 seconds left, a high fade finding Raleigh. Ame slipping but catching his feet. Nashville having a chance if they see an open receiver. McClellan with the disc. Schroeder, he's got 7 seconds. Nashville's got to act kind of fast here. Ooh, wow, great inside break there.
Fantastic break from Lally.
And that is a goal for the Nashville Nightwatch. It's like Hame with the second goal of the night. And with 2 seconds left, we're probably going to see a Hail Mary, just similar to the ones in the NFL, but it's much easier to throw a frisbee 100 yards than a football.
Plus, you can see everybody filing underneath it, boxing up the space as it hangs in. 20 more seconds. We got water balloon shattering and 808s bumping here.
It's very hot today, 95 degrees.
For that reason, we have our boutique
Jakeem Polk running it down, and Jonathan Nethercutt's just going to take the shot. That's probably not going to reach the target. As Jacob Fairfax does not mac that one 35 yards to the end zone.
Fax had a plan.
There's a lot of things that Jacob Fairfax can do. Macking a disc 35 yards is not one of them. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back to you guys in a second.
Dude, I want some water.
This here's a jam for all the fellas. Try to do what those ladies tell us. Get shot down cause you're overzealous. Play hard to get females get jealous. Okay, smarty, go to a party. A girl starts walking.
Everyone down there in the water balloon fight.
I talked to him. All right, and we're back. Nashville Nightwatch receiving the second quarter ball. Steve Pulos taking a shot. No, I don't think that one came off his hand properly as David Richardson skies the defender.
Centering pass to LaViolette. He's pivoting, looking downfield, and an open J cutting under.
Oh, and Justin Allen's going to take that shot. And that is for David Richardson. He's just going to easily catch that one. And that's bookends for D-Rich, or as we call him when he scores, O-Rich. His patented salute with Josh Hartzog. Second best handshake on the team.
All right, you're going to make me ask.
Oh, me and Jakeem, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Dude,
I'll have to
definitely.
see that one. Hold on.
You haven't seen our handshake? Man,
Is it archived? Can I get it somewhere?
It was definitely done in Atlanta,
All
so
right.
you have
All
to
right.
check the Atlanta film. But that is a picture-perfect way to start out this second quarter for the Raleigh Flyers. They made that look very easy. Doesn't help when your center handler throws a balloon into the air.
Oh, metaphorically. I thought the water balloon fight that was going on the sideline had something to do with that. Never mind.
No, I mean, like that throw was high and falling softly. As a tall, slow defender, that is my favorite to defend.
Those are the low percentage looks.
And Pulis doesn't throw too many like that, so that's a rare throw from him. As Lally gets that double team and is able to break it, finding Cardinal. Looks like Calhoun's with the disc. Calhoun is just moving quick. Mal hawking McClellan. Lally, soft backhand, finding Hame. Lally able to generate enough space to get the reset. Looks like a little collision there. Calhoun ended up on the turf, and Pulos trying to find an open receiver. Squeaks it in there to Calhoun. Big pivots here from Calhoun. And a toe drag. Yes, he's in there for the goal for the Nashville Nightwatch. Looks like it's Cardinal reeling that one in.
That high release force side scores.
Once again, that is a lot of cramming it up the cram hole from Nashville Nightwatch. So unfortunately, that's going to work for that point, but I can't think that that's the best way to get back into this game. You want to beat the Raleigh Flyers by stretching them wide. You want to be able to utilize the 53-yard space. And unfortunately, they're just kind of using 1/3 of the field. And that really plays into the Raleigh Flyers' defensive mindset. The score 10-5, 10 minutes and 37 seconds left in the second. We see the Raleigh Flyers O-line, and we see Terrence Mitchell. It's like Xander Taylor, Jonathan Nethercutt, Kieran Allen, Dave Snoke,
Headband, no.
David Headband Snoke, Shadowfax, and Jack Williams. And there goes Jack Williams, patiently finds Kieran Allen and gives it right back to him. And Kieran Allen's going to take some yards, sits in the area, scooper over the top. A Bob Loose specialty, and Nethercutt no looks it back to Williams. Jack rising up, and he's got Kieran Allen, and he's going to hit him. That's a goal for the Flyers. Williams to Allen.
Listen.
Real simple offense there from the Flyers, and that's what we've been talking about. There has yet to be a break from the Nashville Nightwatch, and a lot of it's because their defense just isn't good enough yet.
All skill levels are welcome. Parents, drop off your kids.
Yeah, they're just not forcing turnovers. We're seeing a lot more unforced errors on the Nashville side of the disc than the Raleigh side of the disc today.
Do you think that if you were if you think you're a coach for the Nashville Nightwatch, do you keep your defensive mindset? It hasn't really worked yet. Do you go away from it? Do you try something else, or do you keep kind of just like plugging away at this until something clicks?
What color is my coach's polo? Is it a black one? Do I get a black polo? Yeah. All right, cool. So black polo, Coach Josh would definitely pull this zone back. I would throw an honest man and make the Flyers earn the athletic matchups that they're going for. Because they're abusing this like quasi cup that they keep throwing.
Calhoun through the middle to finding Lally to McClellan.
Shane
Lally.
Cisco on skates out there.
That's right. Looks like Peter Barry with the disc now, and see a double team, and Peter Barry's gonna throw his own little scuba. Bernard Jock, Summer League teammates Poulos and Justin Allen competing.
The double scuba swing gets the disc put all the way on the open side of the field.
That's right, Raleigh clamming up their opponents here, and Poulos able to move the disc. Oh, and Alan Laviolette was right there. He's up quick, able to prevent any further bleeding. And Calhoun's gonna reel that one in. He's definitely in. I really like the skip jump at the 5 just to be sure. But he's in. Calhoun reeling in that one in from Avello.
How many goals does he have now?
I believe that's his first one.
For the night, so 29. Kid's putting up numbers. I remember him in Summer League also putting up numbers.
I think he played his club season with Cahoots, the mixed team from Nashville, if that's correct. I'm pretty sure.
I can't confirm. Cahoots is a Nashville team. That's what I was saying. Oh yeah, dude, that was the affirmation.
I think that's who he plays his club ball for.
Very, very strong.
Build a band before I build a shit. I take it to the mall and fill it with the sugar sticks. With the same lips, give them pimp shit.
Flyers offense retaking the field, and let's see if the Nightwatch can generate a turn. I don't think the offense has turned the disc yet.
Or better yet, stay great. We stay putting up.
Kieran Allen with the disc, finding Matsuka. Oh, is that the curse of the commentator?
I was just about to comment. Zero hesitation from the Flyers O-line.
And an interesting shot there from
Less
number
hesitation from the Raleigh deal, or the
Cameron
Nashville
Snook
D-line.
there, I believe. I'm sure he meant to do that. Just came off kind of awkwardly. The Flyers just wanted to, give Nashville a chance and see if they punish them for not breaking them. As a double team is applied to Jack Williams, easily broken. Dave Snook getting a wide open Jacob Mao. Good butterfly cut there. Opposite hit Kieran Allen instead, who moves the disc quickly to the red zone. Fairfax over to Williams. This is going to be a give-go ball. Oh! I honestly thought Javi Ortiz was going to bid for that
I
one.
was so ready for him to pick that up.
I was gearing up for
What
it,
a
but
great body thrown in front of him by David Snook, who brings down the goal.
he did not pull the trigger, maybe for safety. And if that's the reason, then props to you, Mr. Ortiz. Dave Snook reeling in a goal, his second goal of the night, to go along with his 2 assists.
Big game for the returner.
Absolutely. Dave Snook, savvy veteran, lots of experience, very humble, very fun to talk to. Just somebody you definitely want on your team.
Absolutely. Very fun matchup. Big pull coming up from Noah Saul. And we've got Nethercutt leading the D-line charge down the field right now. Oh, never mind, Xander. I see you, Xander.
What a try-hard. The former DC Express player, or DC Breeze. I don't know why I said Express.
Stop trying to bring Express back.
It's just not happening.
It's just not going to happen.
We can hope, okay? As Lally throws his inside backhand, I think he really likes that throw. It's about the 8th one he's thrown tonight. I think the Flyers might go a little bit flatter on him for that.
And we see it immediately. Noah Saul, a little 2 steps off the mark, giving lots of space and to challenge that inside throw.
Calhoun and Johnny Lynch. Now there is a fun, fast, springy matchup that I'd like to watch. As the shot goes up here, and
Lots of loft.
Mike Pannoni. Oh, and Charlie Muniz. Money coming out of nowhere to take that one down. Looking like Captain Jack Sparrow swooping in there to get the disc.
Charlie Muniz says, I want my Frisbee. Aggressive in cutting, getting open by 5 yards of separation underneath.
Nashville really not take. Oh, Jakeem.
A little opposite day action. We have Jakeem Polk with a huge dime to nut.
Oh my goodness.
Players rushing the field to congratulate the
I don't. Woo. Wow. That was. I don't even know what to say there. What an amazing throw by Jakeem Polk. Did not see that one coming.
Dropped those buckets.
Jonathan Nethercutt being like, oh, sure, I'll just take a shot. Just run down the field. Oh, he's throwing it. Doesn't care how he gets buckets. It's one of those that is just, you're never going to catch it as a defender. And Poulos realized that. Just started jogging off towards the sideline because he knew. He knew. Jakeem, you can definitely bring that to the club season this year. I look forward to catching those.
I hope we get a slow-mo replay of Dan's Gibbons just shooting in the air. It's priceless.
Was it wonderful?
No, it's not priceless. It's his jersey for sale at the
$59. I think I do see your number down there, Josh. I'm totally kidding.
That's
Why are you looking?
L, dude. That's an L you see printed on that jersey.
Xavier Payne.
We're seeing a lot of shots popping up that are drifting to that left side of the field.
Nashville taking another deep shot, and David Richardson. Ooh, looks like a collision there between two Raleigh Flyers players and the Nashville player who's holding his leg. I hope that he's not seriously injured. That looked pretty nasty.
Is that Javi?
Might be his ankle. They're going to give him 10-yard penalty as the trainers come out.
I know in conventional ultimate, you call an injury and you're taken out of the game, play stops immediately. In the AUDL, how do injury call substitution?
So the way that, I mean, it's similar to USAU. If there's an injury, play stops, clock stops. You can sub one person on from each sideline if you need to. Paul Alley doing Paul Alley things with inside backhands. Nashville on the goal line. It looks like another foul. Tristan Green trying to sneak his hand in there. Cheeky little smile from Tristan Green. We see Noah Saul on the mark here. Do we see an inside backhand from Lally? He looks like he's high stall count.
Right over the head of Green.
Payne with the high scuba fake on Green. And he's going to throw it this time. And D-Rich is coming in a really athletic catch from the Nashville receiver. I believe that is Hardesty coming down with that one.
Great grab.
Yeah, the no-look scuba. Shout out to Brian Jones. But that, was a gutsy throw on the goal line. You think that you might just want to settle for some dumb swing action and just patiently put it in, but nope, no-look scuba. Got to do it with flash.
Yeah, we're not seeing a ton of wind out here today. We're seeing some throws pop up to the left side a little bit, but nothing that's been too impactful on the throwing for either side of the disc today. Can't blame the wind out here.
Definitely not.
Casey Degnan under the Flyers coming in with a nice fresh shirt. After having been dumped by the water.
Really good way to get the fans out here. It's a hot summer day here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and what better way to cool down than with a few water balloons. I think those things were like one-ply water balloons. Those things were breaking pretty easy.
Those things were exploding. You couldn't quite capture that.
As the Flyers move the disc through the Nashville, I would say zone, but I don't think I can. I don't think that qualifies it. Oh, and a huge layout. What a play there by number 18.
Throws up a dab.
Dabs, Jacob Flowers, the Dabs never dead. Getting that full extension layout on Jacob Mao.
I would like to formally assert that the dab is dead.
An inside backhand from the aforementioned Flowers, finding Snook. Payne with the disc. Opts not to throw the no-look backhand, or no-look scooper again.
Yeah, started
Little
from
power
the
position for the thrower, and it looks like
Foul waved off, Flyers disc.
I think that they're talking about it, but I don't know. I think that there might be some integrity call here. Yes, I believe that's the case.
An integrity turnover from Mao's call?
Absolutely.
All right.
So that's actually a perfect time to talk about the integrity rule. In Ultimate, you are allowed to, overturn or make a call for the ref if they do not make the call themselves. And in that case, is it wrong to say disc doesn't lie?
Spirit of the game is what CJ wanted you to take home from that.
Absolutely. Very good thing from Mount to do there, and it's the Flyers move it quickly into the end zone. Nethercutt finding Allen for Nethercutt's third assist of the game. But yes, this integrity rule is really what separates us from other sports, that whole spirit of the game aspect. The fact that you can make a call for the other team if the refs do not do it for you. So if the ref doesn't see me hit your hand on a hand block, I can say, I did that. And honestly, that's a really good way to win over a team. If you make an integrity call, teams are usually going to be very excited to see that. If you make an integrity call, there's probably going to be an integrity call later in that game.
We're not seeing any bad spirit. Definitely not very great spirit move from one of the teams deciding not to follow up that inside shot on snap earlier. Very smart play.
With 4:20 left in the second quarter, we see the Nashville Nightwatch try to blaze down this field as Poulos takes the shot here for Lally, and he looks like he got behind Muniz, and that's a goal for the Nashville Nightwatch. A little miscommunication there between Muniz and Polk, and Poulos is able to break up that 2-3-2. Looks like they're having a little bit of communication right now.
This is
Lally is
something
able to
new,
sneak
the
behind and
Casper
reel it
Slide
back over
Part
for the
2,
Nightwatch.
featuring the Platinum Band. And this time, we're gonna get funky.
Ready to get some O-line reps in.
Funky.
Absolutely.
Everybody clap your hands.
It's been, when you have a big lead, it's important to keep your foot on the gas
clap
pedal.
your
You
hands.
don't want
All
to
right, now, we're gonna do the basic step.
let the team come back.
To the left.
We've seen that from the Flyers.
Take it back now,
We've seen
y'all.
them dominate games.
One half this
The
time.
game against the
Right foot, let's
Cannons,
start.
where they were dominating
Left
the
foot,
whole
let's
game.
start.
They just were unable
Shot,
to
real
really
smooth.
stretch the game out. But then we were able to see the
Turn it
Austin
out.
Soul game, where
To
they
the
were able
left.
to
Take it back now,
really
y'all.
flex their muscles and keep their foot on the throat, so to speak. Snow catches the disc. Oof. Just around the defender, finding Allen. Fairfax with the disc, and he opts to not hit Terrence Mitchell, settles for Williams instead. Fairfax casually is now a center handler for the Flyers.
Terrence wants the frisbee so bad.
Kieran Allen running his butt off down the field. It's good when your handler is working just as hard as your cutter. Snoke in the middle of the field. He's got a shot, and if he's going to take it, it's coming now. Terrence Mitchell. And that is going to be a Terrence Mitchell goal 99 times out of 100.
With a 6.5-inch vertical, Terrence
Hands on your
Mitchell.
knees, hands on your knees. Get funky with it.
Biscuit, 36-inch vertical, Terrence
yeah.
Mitchell.
And that's just patient offense from the Flyers. They're able to move down the field with such ease. We've seen 2 points where Nashville's able to generate a turn, both of which times they were unable to break the Flyers. And there's still this 7-point gap that they are maintaining. If the Nashville Nightwatch do want to get back into this game, they're going to have to start making life difficult for the Raleigh Flyers O-line. That also means that their O-line for the Nashville Nightwatch are going to start probably taking more shots. So look for Stephen Poulos and Mac McClellan to start taking some shots as this comes up.
I think in the second half, we're definitely going to see some changes made to the Nashville defense that they're throwing at the O-line. Absolutely, because there's just way too much space in the front 15 yards of the field and the back 15 yards of the field.
Peter Barry's putting up a shot to Avello. Oh, and he can't get that one as Johnny Lynch was in pursuit. He went with the wrong arm there.
Yeah, he tried the trailing edge grab. It was weird.
Just like the worst way to catch a disc. All your momentum is going forward into it.
Yeah, it was a hard one. A little bit of future, had it curving to the other side. I think he wanted to snap on it more quickly than Lynch could get around to it.
Absolutely, and I think that that's the right look from Barry. I think that's just a mixed execution with the throw. As we see Shane Cisco with the disc finding Green. Tristan moving it to Laviolette. And Avello coming in on Johnny Lynch, and a little contact, but it was unavoidable. As Lynch, whew, nice little saucy air bounce, and Tristan Green sees Mao, and he's going to take the shot, and that one is a sky ball.
That's a loft on that
Jake Mao tosses the hat down.
Oh, can't get the second effort brought up.
Usually when he tosses the hat, that means it's over. He's going to get it.
Ready. I was going to go pick it up for him.
Peter Barry is a good defensive target that you probably don't want to challenge too much, but Mao almost able to reel that one in.
David Richardson trying to close on Calhoun.
Calhoun's taking off deep, and a big shot here. Calhoun's giving up a lot of space, and he's able to use his body. Wow. That is amazing play from Chris Calhoun.
Very big defender.
That hurts me very much to see a smaller defender box somebody out that well.
Yeah, short people suck.
Just kidding. Anybody
Just
at home,
kidding.
Anybody at home watching this, you are
Raleigh
all
Flyers
wonderful
do not
people.
condone the tormented short people.
Oh my God. But as you can see, though, that was actually pretty picturesque in terms of how you would want to play that defense.
Fundamentally incredible defense from Chris Calhoun on David Richardson.
That just, wow. That is unfortunate, and a great hold there from the Nashville Nightwatch to keep their score within reach with 6. And I'm pretty sure David Richardson has not had that happen to him very often.
Looking very animated on the sideline. He's ready to get back in this game.
Absolutely, I would be. People are bumping him a little bit, letting him know.
Giving him the business.
Giving him the business, as they would say, right? 1:52 left. The pull goes out of bounds. Disc will be at the approximately the 30-yard line.
And Mao's hat is still on the field.
Is it now?
Yeah. Don't litter, folks.
No, he's wearing his hat down. Oh, that's Zog. Never mind.
Wide open Fairfax in the middle of the field.
You know, it's a good strategy from the Nightwatch. They know that they can't guard Jacob Fairfax one-on-one, so just let him get 30-yard unders, and not 50-yard goals.
Turn him into a thrower instead of a goal threat.
True story. He can throw now, so good luck. Matsuka with the disc, and the unorthodox high release throw as Jack Williams is able to find Kieran Allen. I feel like what's happening a lot. Williams to Allen. Kieran Allen's making lots of cuts tonight, going up that sideline from the up-line position. He keeps getting goals from it, so hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Might not be throwing a lot of goals tonight, but he's definitely catching some. Flyers will take their 7-point advantage. 1:20 left in the second quarter. Josh, what is it going to take for Nashville to get back in this game? Like, what are they going to do? What can they do?
You know, CJ, if I knew the answer to that, I'd probably be out playing with the better players right now.
Absolutely.
I honestly couldn't tell you. Other than it just seems like they're giving up a lot of the 15-yard space in the zone. If you give that mid-distance space that you can't close, and if you're gonna lock down all of a sudden on after it snaps laterally across the field, you need to be tight enough that that lockdown is an option and you can seal the next throw. And it just seems that they're giving up too much space to have that lockdown option. They can't get to the disc soon enough. Can't make athletic enough plays on it.
As McClellan with disc, Jakeem locking down Barry. Good around there, finding
Very
Hame.
good break.
And a big inside, and Justin Allen able to make Avello's life difficult. Looks like a contact's going to be called on Avello's throw, so he'll get the disc 10 yards up. Looks like Allen made the right play by not bidding there. A little heavy contact on Avello.
Yeah, I think the contact was on the subsequent mark too, not even on that.
Barry beats Polk up line.
Jakeem Polk looking to not get broken again. Oh, there you go. He pops up a really hard throw. That was a good mark from John.
Absolutely, and David Richardson trying to redeem himself for that box out that happened to him a point ago as Lally takes the shot here. a velo in the area, and he just can't reach it. And the Flyers have 30 seconds, and here comes Mike Denardis to call a timeout. So the Flyers will have 30 seconds, 29 to be exact, to score before halftime. And the offense is going to get a chance to get out there and do the job.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. At halftime of today's game, if you have a set goal,
Owner Casey Degnan trying to get the crowd nice and fired up, throwing out those free discs that you have the opportunity to win anytime you come to a home game here at Cardinal Gibbons in Cary, North Carolina.
throwing the disc.
Hope to see you guys out. It won't always be a beach party, but it'll always be a party out here in these stands.
Absolutely. The Flyers fans are definitely the best in the league. We have the best heckling section, the hangar, always able to let the Flyers know not to be too serious when playing.
I bet they gave D-Rich that business we were talking about.
Oh, I can't. It's just probably for the best that we didn't hear it.
We need to get those written down on like a subreddit or something. Chronicles from the hangar.
I feel like we need to interview D-Rich. Like, just slide that in. Like, do like a couple of really good, insightful questions about the game. Like, and then off guard, be like, so what was it like getting boxed out by a guy that probably weighs as much as your arm does?
Bonfire. We go drink drinks and take shots until we fall out. Take the roof on
I'm
fire.
gonna ask that one.
Now, baby, get my booty naked, take off all your clothes and light the roof on fire.
You're gonna outrun him,
Tell
too.
her, baby, 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 I'm on fire. I tell her, baby, 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 baby.
Flyers about to push the disc from the far end zone.
We see Nethercutt down the field. Snoke picking up the disc. Snoke faking the hammer, and he's gonna hit Nethercutt. Nethercutt taking the shot to Williams. The Flyers have 20 seconds to move the disc down the field, and
Very few of the players are down the field. at the
Matsuka's gonna
moment.
take the shot, and that hammer, oh,
Nice bid from Jack.
10 seconds. And I think they're gonna take their own timeout right now. Nashville gonna utilize one of their timeouts, and Matsuka apologetically.
Yeah, I think we see frustration from the sideline of Raleigh, not because of the throw itself, but because of the lack of cutters that responded to the cut from Nutt. After Nutt got that 10-yard pass upfield, everybody should have been booking into the house. But we didn't see anybody making moves, and so Jack had to take it among
Any
himself.
Flyers here?
Interesting. Raleigh had the disc, called the
Throwing
timeout,
the
and
disc.
turned
Three
it.
goalposts starting at the
I think
10-yard
I'm
line.
having some deja vu from
We'll
our
move
conversation
back.
earlier.
We'll keep
I'm not
going.
superstitious,
Keep
but I
going
am a
back.
little.
I'm a little stitious.
That will get a
Wonder how many-
big
Are we allowed to steal
gift
jokes?
card.
Is that a
There's
thing?
gonna be a lot of fun, right?
How many Michael Scott quotes can you possibly stick into one commentary session?
Therapy.
I don't know. Now that I'm under pressure, I don't know. Such a bad one. Oh man, I hope this quarter ends and with 10 seconds.
We probably lost all our viewers right now. It's fine. We're just
What?
speaking. We're just speaking. Right now. It's fine.
Tweet at the Raleigh Flyers, at CJ and Josh. If you are hearing this message, your voices are so buttery like the inside flicks.
Don't know what's better, Paul Lely's inside backhand breaker, Josh's melodious voice on the mic.
I like that adjective, to be honest. I'm gonna start using that.
What, melodious?
Melodious.
All right.
I'm gonna name my firstborn child Melodious.
Doesn't matter. All right, Bulo's picking up the disc. He's got 12 seconds.
With a double team thrown on him, we're looking to stop that big shot.
And Lally receiving the hammer. Hanger calling out the 4-second
Oh,
clock.
a lot of hesitation from Lally. A lot of time.
Xavier Payne with the disc. He's going to have to throw it. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, and he's going to get it off.
Great shot.
Jakeem Polk in the area. Oh! That was interesting. Looks like a lot of contact was there. And I think they're actually going to be calling that one. Yeah, there's definitely a foul called there. We don't really see that too much in end of the quarter scenarios, but that was pretty blatant.
It seemed to me that the defender or the offender on that was trying to body up Jock didn't play on the disc, but rather played into him.
Yeah, Hardesty, I
So-
think, was the one guilty of that one. He definitely, as we can see maybe on the replay there, as he came down, Lally giving it to Payne.
Yeah, right before he bounces it back to Lally for
There's still some discussion on the field, but I'm pretty sure that that one's going to be a foul on the offense as the puck comes up here. As you can see, kind of just barrels into Jakeem. Yeah, that right there. He's not making a play on the disc. In ultimate, you have to make a play on the disc to own your body position, and that just didn't happen. So I'm sure that the Flyers are not going to be. I don't think that there's going to be a goal here, but I wonder if the Nashville Nightwatch will get the disc back if that's the case.
Yeah, what is the oversight procedure going on right now? Do we each have coaches talking to refs? Is there somebody looking at some super high-def slow-mo cam underneath the stands?
You know, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a quarter penalty like that before, so I don't know if there's been a precedent set for this, at least in the South Division. I think that I'm not really sure what's going on. It might be just the end of the quarter. Apologize to the viewers. We are just as confused as you are.
Never seen that precedent set.
I've not seen this precedent set before, so this would be really cool.
AUDL.
Hey,
history.
do you notice that Mao is now wearing a headband?
I believe that is halftime. Halftime score, Raleigh
My
Flyers.
life is complete. Where's his hat, though? Can I dibs
And
that?
remember, right now,
All right,
get
well,
out
the
on
Flyers
the
are
field.
going
If
to
you have
halftime
a
up
Seth
16-9.
goal
We'll take a break.
or you're
See y'all
wearing
in
any
control.
Raleigh Flyers gear at all on your body, get out there. This is a contest for free starting at the 10-yard line. We will be trying to throw a field goal. We're moving back 10 yards every time. The winner will get a gift card from Dick's Sporting Goods. This will be sponsored by Select Physical Therapy.
How we do it.
Looks like we got some of the best throwers in the triangle down on the field. Except for me. Casey. And it looks like this contest is on. If you make it, keep your disc, go back 10 yards. If you miss it, cheer on or yellow band. This here, right now, is the biggest Frisbee contest in Raleigh, North Carolina, right at this time. Dick's Sporting Goods card, sponsored by Select Physical Therapy. Looks like we got quite a few people moving back to the 30-yard line. physician out of UNC Orthopedics, Dr. Josh Berkowitz, and the other guy. Jackson, can I get a word with you? Right here, the winner of the halftime contest. Your name is
Jackson Amy.
And how far did you throw it?
Not very far at all.
It was 40 yards, and this man will receive a Dick's Sporting Goods gift card. Sponsored by Select Physical Therapy. Give this man a hand.
You only knew her 5 months. Besides, you drink too much and smoke too many. And I'll be working out every day thinking about you. Looking at my own eyes in the rear view.
Check, check. Fans, please return to the stands. We're about to start. The third quarter.
I would hold you in my arms and ease your fears. I can't believe it. I ain't had a crush in years. Hey, now. My name, calling all night. I can pull it on while I'm being polite. Darling, calling all night. I can be a bull when I'm being polite. Oh me, oh my. Why can every woman end up being mine?
Check. Pace. Hey, Case.
Even if she
Hey, are the Flyers about to pull? They're about to pull. If everyone can count the pass, it's right here. Case. Every time the other team throws, you're going to count 1.
You set me free
Just
every time your hands on me.
if we can get a
Tonight, the feeling that you bring on me up, you hit the spot and said,
Buffalo's just not getting that one. And Noah Saul with the disc. Oh, and Calhoun getting the disc, and a little jiggery pokery going on here between the two teams as Noah Saul bites really hard on the mark and finding McClellan.
It's like everybody's going for steals.
That's right. Talking about basketball, they're
Yeah.
all going for it.
Everybody gets into it.
Avello with the disc. Just a little more patient from the Nightwatch. They look to keep their holds. Soft backhands. Avello with the disc. Looking for Calhoun. Throws a high throw, and Calhoun's able to snag that one out of the air. Finding Lally, and let's see if Lally throws a backhand.
We have Calhoun every other. What can Saul do to try and lock that down?
And called it. There it is. Lally to McClellan.
Hey, we got it. Casey on one side. We got it.
Once again, we see that Nashville offense really just cramming it up that force side. Flyers have been really liking this backhand force.
It seems to me that Noah Saul was having a lot of trouble shutting down Chris Calhoun when he was in that primary reset handler spot. What could a better, or I guess the optimal handler defense look like in that situation? How are we stopping them from getting those resets forced on that side?
So with a bigger defender, and not to discredit Noah Saul, because I mean the man is a nightmare to guard on his own.
Yeah,
Chris
Saul
Calhoun
ain't no joke.
Chris Calhoun is really fast. Sometimes you need to put your body on to the smaller people, taking away the lane that you know that they want to get to. So if Calhoun wants to go up the line, you have to almost stand in that space, preventing him from going that way. And if he does go, you have to keep your body on him to make sure that you can lock down.
So a more physical game from Noah Saul could be advantageous in that.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a big guy. He can easily overpower Calhoun, as Williams is going to take the shot to Mao, and a little high step from Mao. I don't know if he's going to catch up to that one because of it, but Jack Williams also showing off the gun show right there with the range throw of about 80 yards. But a little bit too far. I think if Mao was in full stretch, he could have gotten that one.
Yeah, a little confusion from hesitation on the defender. Confused Mao. Made him look and try to anticipate where the disc was early in his cut, put him behind.
Well, I think that, one thing we talk about in the Flyers is making sure you're not too deep when the deep cuts, the deep pucks want to come. And right there, he was probably about 40 yards down the field, and Williams still overthrew him. It's a testament to the strength behind Jack Williams. A rare offensive turn for the Raleigh Flyers, and see if the Nashville Nightwatch can make them pay for the first break of the night. Looks like Russ Nagel was moving the disc up there. Back to Payne. It's a high blade to Sullivan Wilkes.
Sully. Air bounce backhand, Sully.
That's the Sullivan we know and love. An athletic player. Loves that air bounce backhand. Still a lot of these Nashville Nightwatch.
Is it less windy in Nashville?
Maybe.
I'm from the mountain part of Tennessee. I'm not sure.
Ooh. The defender putting Nethercutt on skates there. Looks like that's Flowers. Is that the guy who dabbed?
Is that guy?
Is that the guy? Looks like a really high stall count. Did he get stalled, or was it timeout?
I don't know. I'm confused what to call
I think it was a timeout. I think Nashville's calling a timeout. Oh, there it is. Nope, he brought it back. Dabbed again.
it. A higher stall, regardless. How high do you think the stall is right now?
Well, it resets. If it's a timeout, then the stall will reset back to 0 once the teams are subbed off. You know, the AUDL has a rule book, Josh. You did read the rules when signing up for this, right, Rook?
No, I ironically held it up to the camera and ripped it in half because I don't read rule books.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's letting the kids know what to do.
Yeah.
Very good role model right there, Josh.
Yeah.
I don't care about the rules.
Spirit of the rules.
There's only one rule.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a special announcement.
Well, the Flyers have a chance to keep their perfect no breaks game going, but that's going to require them to get a D. Nashville's O-line's coming out.
We have 3 teams on the field right now as the Raleigh Radiants have blossomed civilization on the sideline over there.
Are they now?
Yeah.
Very cool. Is that Radiants or the
Little
Warhawks? I can't see.
Can we get a little wave? Katie?
It could be the, I don't know if it's Radiants.
I think it was.
I think it's Warhawks. But that's cool to see the Warhawks out here. That's the Raleigh Elite Under-20 women's team that won the gold medal last year, knocking off Seattle for the first time in history.
East Coast.
Pulo's taking the shot. He's going to shoot. Shane Sisco's lurking. Calhoun up, and everyone jumps. Really, really bad timing, and I hope that the Flyers are okay as
Shane
Hame
Sisco's
comes down
slow to get up.
with the disc, and that's a break for the Nashville Nightwatch. And I think Johnny Lynch and Shane Sisco both kind of collided there.
He's coming off of a recent injury, is he not, CJ?
He is. In the Madison game, he, I think, dislocated his shoulder and then somehow was able to play the rest of the game.
His cool little cyborg sleeve.
He might not have come down with the disc, but he came up still looking fresh. Hair is still perfect.
Hold on 1 second. Katie told me something.
I've witnessed Shane, you know, really become a player both as a leader when we played with the Express together. It was really good to see him in that role. And as he's come back and started playing for the Flyers, he's still in that quiet leadership role. He does the right things on the field, off the field, keeps himself in good shape. He's been a staple for the Raleigh club team, Ring of Fire, for years. And even though he's starting to get a little bit older, his role still hasn't diminished as much as some players. It's a big pull from the Nightwatch. Good distance and hang time as Kieran Allen receives this. And that was Nashville's first break of the night, 17-11 now. Terrence Mitchell wide open through the middle, and they opt to just not throw it to him. And there's a defender down. I don't know if he lost his footing, but Dave Snow got open.
I think it was the layout attempt.
And Nutt's going to take a shot. Fairfax had a step, and, well, you know how that ends. That's a Fairfax goal.
I swear I've never seen that man stop speed. He just gets faster and faster until he gets to the frisbee.
The first time I ever played against Jacob Fairfax was when he was like 19, playing for his club team in Charlotte called Bank. And he was very athletic and very fast. Didn't know what he was doing, really. That changed very quickly. Now he was a top 5. You know, 2 years later, he's a top 5 Callahan nominee. He's an incredible athlete and becoming an amazing, humble, ultimate player. When you have players like John Nethercutt that can throw it a country mile to your breadbasket, you can burn your defender. It's a good combination. Justin Allen tossing the flick pole up there. Settling down right outside the Nashville goal line. Stephen Poulos picking up the disc. Lally opting not to throw it to Hame. McClellan able to move the disc quickly. I think Nashville's really favoring this backhand force. They really like their soft backhands, as we see another one there from Lally. I don't see the Flyers caring too much about it though. They're up 7. They seem to be okay with the soft insides here. Oh, and a really athletic grab from Stephen Poulos, and there's the hammer coming. And unfortunately,
Looked as though he was targeting the ref.
yeah, that was dead center for the ref. I think there was a little miscommunication between Poulos and Barry. It's bad that I think I hit that first cut as soon as I caught it. So, it's good.
Your part, right? Your deductive skills are
a lot of alliteration there, and I like it.
Deductive.
You got Xander Taylor with the disc. Finding Justin Allen, quickly moving it to Mike Pannoni. Pannoni finding Jakeem Polk. Polk's going to take the hammer shot. Oh, and Johnny Lynch can't come down with it. Jakeem Polk just trying to throw a bunch of throws out there. I think with the disc actually got tacoed. I think we stepped on the disc. So we're going to put a new one out there.
Emergency disc transplant in progress.
That's right. And maybe an unnecessary shot there from Jakeem Polk. I'm sure he might hear a little bit more about that on the sidelines. But to his credit, I mean, he did hit his receiver in the hands. I think Johnny's going to come down with that one. Nashville coming back. Poulos is going to just take another shot, and he's going to test Mike Pannoni. McClellan's coming in deep. Calhoun. Oh, and Xander Taylor rising up to grab that one.
Xander Taylor has not had an easy few minutes as his matchup with McClellan in the backfield. It's looking pretty exhausting, to be honest. Great layout grab from Justin Allen.
Using all of his, I don't even know how tall he is, 6 feet?
I think he's 6'1". I'm pretty sure he's 6'1".
Yeah, it's tippy toes maybe. But he's using all of his height to get that one. And Mike Pannoni just didn't like that disc and threw it right into the ground.
We haven't seen a ton of unforced errors from the Flyers today.
Yeah, it's maybe like the 4th or 5th one as Poulos puts it backhand out to space, and that's what we call a walrus point, unfortunately. If you turn the disc over and get beat, it's the opposite of the bookends. It's the walrus. Sad.
If you're from Pittsburgh, like Mike, pretty much a walrus anyway.
Oh my God. Who have we not targeted tonight, Josh? Short people, people from Pittsburgh.
Don't forget to buy those.
Hey now, that's my people. Thank you very much.
Blinking here, right over to your left if you're looking at the field.
We have lots of
Up there
snow
and down
and
there.
cold.
By those mini discs, we'll have a contest.
You say that as a point of pride, it seems.
Hey, we didn't at least know how to drive in it, okay?
That's true. Man, do we not know how to drive in snow in the South.
Rip.
I will attest to that. Laser focus from the O-line, everybody grouped in tight.
Yeah, you can tell that even though that was a hold for the Nashville team, this game is not over. There's still 17 minutes left in this game, and the Raleigh Flyers are going to need to gut check a little bit right now and get back into their consistent offensive performance as Fairfax runs down the field. Williams just out of the reach of Lally. Over to Allen. Raleigh just being patient, something that they got away from in their Atlanta game last week on offense, and it's nice to see us recover and get back to where we need to be. Nice little buttery
Shake and
lefty. This pays off from all those lefty warm-ups that we do, right, Josh?
Oh, yeah. I'm the best left-handed thrower in the game. As Jacob Fairfax reels in a goal, the best goal scorer in this game right now, most likely.
Oh, absolutely. We see a lot of positivity from the Flyers right now, but maybe not the most hype from the sideline that we'd like to see. You know, you're up 7. One of the important aspects is just remembering that this game is very mental. We need to make sure that we understand that just because we're up right now doesn't mean that Nashville can't go on a run. It's important to keep that tenacious offense and defense going. Like David Allison was talking about at half, making sure we are, in fact, you know, boring on offense. And that was a really boring point. We didn't see a deep shot, so to speak. We saw a lot of across the fields, a lot of smart decisions, a lot of effective cutting from the cutters.
I fell asleep in this.
Where am I? That was either that game or my voice, one of the two, but I digress. Peter Barry moving the disc up to Calhoun. The Young Guns moving it down the field with Hame. Back to Barry, and Shane Cisco coming through. I think that there's a talk, and
Great heads up D from 11. He's streaking now to get that bookends look, and he's not going to get it.
I think
Flyers want to move slow.
I think Calhoun was frustrated that there was no integrity call there. Hard to see in the AUDL, you know, sometimes that's the problems that you don't have to deal with like you have to do in USAU, because that's in USAU, that's probably going back. It's probably a contested call and going back.
A play stop for sure.
It's nice to see being able to play through it. Brett Matsuka gliding to the disc. He doesn't run, he glides.
Mac McClellan in tight pursuit.
Cisco's going deep. Saul opting to not hit him there. Him and Laviolette playing a little give-go. See if Noah, yep, sees the hammer space to Matsuka. He's got Zog in the lane. Little horizontal cut there from Zog. Opts to not hit him. Saul outside the end zone. And he's just going to streak that upline cut to Laviolette for the break.
Little hammer there, a little less than boring on the defensive side of the wrist.
Well, it's the D-line, man. Remember, it's all about eating our cookie really fast.
Right. Speaking of cookies, insomnia cookies. Are those at this game? Are those
I believe those will be here as we leave the stadium like we always do. Insomnia cookies of the Raleigh Flyers. I wish I could have some of those right now, to be honest.
Your votes didn't even move, Beckham. Who are you here to cheer for?
And the Raleigh Flyers D-line coming out with Jakeem Polk, Charlie Muniz, Jake the headband Mao, Xander Taylor, Tristan Green, Justin Allen, and Kieran Allen.
Xander Taylor, a workhorse today. Xander Taylor and Andrew McKelvey are two really popular choices for the Flyers to just throw on an offender that we want to neutralize. They're great defenders, can play handlers, can play cutters.
And they're just absolute nightmares to guard because they're so fast and small.
Yeah, don't get me on direction changes with Andrew McKelvey.
Oh, it's the crab walk, man, I'm telling you. It's as hard as he takes a shot here, and that is a great throw. Able to slide it right into that break side that Jake Mao's unable to get. And that's a goal for the Nashville Nightwatch, 20-13. And that's kind of what you want to see from Nashville, some quick scores, get them to be able to score with efficiency.
Can't see I've seen an extremely, giant paradigm shift on the defense for Nashville. It's looking like we're trading goals.
Yeah, and I'm kind of confused by that because I think that when Nashville had its break opportunities, it was because it was from man defense, the layout D. Like I was playing, man D. You would think that, hey, this is a good opportunity for us to continue to do this. I'm not saying that you always want to play man defense against Raleigh. They are athletically superior. Coaches from Nashville acknowledge that, but something's got to give. This clam is not working. As the disc is swung and Jack Williams is clearing the space. And that's a great cut from Jack Williams. He finds Alan Laviolette, throws it to Terrence Mitchell, and Terrence Mitchell's just going to throw that right into Alan Laviolette's breadbasket for his second goal. And as many points for the Flyers. Lead is back to 8 points.
Hold on, roving reporter here. I got someone else in the
Laviolette comes from the violent. Did you know that, CJ?
Is that rude? Is that true?
Mid-80s.
I don't know.
Where is McPherson?
It probably comes from something.
It probably does.
It's a pretty cool last name.
It is a pretty cool last name. We should ask him what it means.
Alan Laviolette.
Wow. And do you have
Do that at the
favorite
third quarter
player?
break.
It's okay.
It'd be really funny if he was like, the violent.
Oh, the violent.
Oh my God, he was right.
Papa Snow.
Here comes the Flyers.
All right,
D-line, Noah Saul with the pull. We've got Josh Hartzog, Justin Allen, David Richardson, Charlie Muniz, Shane Cisco looks like he's okay from that prior injury, and Johnny Lynch. I talked to David Richardson's wife at halftime, and she was laughing about the him getting boxed out.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of business to go around.
D. Rich is catching it from everywhere. As Poulos throws that one low, and that's just too low.
It's a great attempt from Nashville number 4 to slide and get under that.
Absolutely. Peter Bear's not getting that one. I don't think anyone is. Charlie Muniz doing some dance cutting out there. He's trying to get open. Looks like Jaime's taking the lead. Johnny Lynch rising up and grabbing that one. Him and his springy legs. He's just roasting his defender, and Avello is not slow, so that is saying something. Shane Cisco's going to let Charlie Muniz take a shot here, and Charlie's going to grab that one. That is one of the things that Charlie Muniz is very known for. When he came to play for the Charlotte Express 4 years ago, Charlie was on a lot of top 10 plays, skying Southeast players. Came to Raleigh, has a different role on the team. Doesn't play as much as he did for the Flyers as he does for the Express. He's definitely getting the most game time he's gotten in years with the Flyers here. He's making the most of it. And Shane Cisco with a trust pass right there. Josh, you probably got one of those in your career, I'm guessing. Looks like
A trust pass.
a trust pass.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was going to comment on. It's like a veteran move from Shane to pump out that tight shot to Johnny Lynch streaking in the other side of the ring. So it would have been a really, really hard, fast shot if he didn't want his defender to make a play on it. And so he was like, I think I'm going to loft it to Charlie because Air Force Charlie brings him down. And as a tall person, I respect that decision 9 times out of 10.
Oh, only 9? I respect that 10 times out of 10. I also am taller than you, so you know.
I'm not commenting anymore.
And the lead is stretched out to 9 points. Oh, and that's just an unfortunate turn. It's right on the Flyers' goal line. Looks like Tristan Green's going to pick it up. He's got Xander Taylor in the negative space. He's going to hit him. Oh. And a really awkward throw there from Xander Taylor. I think that he just kind of rushed his throw there. And Tristan Green was unable to make the play on that one. Looks like number 12, Phil Dougherty coming in there.
Yeah, the leading.
And Hardesty, well, that's a shot. That's a goal for the Nightwatch. Where's that been all game from Hardesty? We've been seeing the wrong guy flick huck it. That was a beautiful throw.
Yeah, all made possible by Phil's backfield defense. He's the leading defender on the team.
Add another one to his tallies. That brings us to 10 for the season. Double digits for Dougherty.
Big Phil.
He's another one of your guys that you know from that area.
Yep. I've been flamed roasted by Javi. I've been toasted by Calhoun, and I've been exposed in the air by Phil, even though I was taller than him at the time. I got about 6 or 7 chips on my shoulder watching this game.
It's okay, Josh. Your time will come. I'm sure you'll see some of these guys for a club anyways.
Oh, yeah. Frisbee. Man, I love Frisbee.
Tis the best sport.
All the viewers at home that didn't go, man, I love Frisbee too. You should. David Snoke pivoting in the middle of the field, looking downfield. J.A. gets open and a high stall and rips a huge one.
Oh, and Jacob Mao able to grab that one.
Headband Mao beats hat Mao.
Oh, absolutely. If he's wearing his hat, he's not getting that one. The small amount of grams that hat weighed versus his headband allowed him to catch up to that distance. Jake Mao, well, that and Jake Mao is one of the hardest workers we have with the Flyers. You know, I'm always impressed with the amount of work he's putting in off the field. Keep up to date with each other in terms of our gym workouts and our running workouts, and he's always posting sweaty selfies at O2 Fitness.
The number of times I've been at a park practicing for another team and seen him doing some individualized workouts alone. Number 19, hard worker.
He's been grinding for years in this area. He went to North Carolina, won a championship with Darkside, and you know, coaches ECU, the Irates. He's a good guy, loved by many, feared by most.
Especially hat makers.
Especially hat makers now. Stephen Poulos, another headband-wearing Frisbee player, finding Peter Barry. Poulos looking to swing the disc, and that is a beautiful throw, finding Barry. He sees McClellan, Mac McClellan, and that's, oh my goodness, Noah Saul.
Great layout D attempt.
Just able to snag it was Cardinal. And he gets a nice high backhand. Oh, but a stall was called. Unfortunate there for the Nashville player. And there are 27 seconds left, and Laviolette's gonna take it. And Hartzog maybe thought about throwing it to Muniz, but opted not to. Muniz getting guarded by Poulos in the deep space, and Hartzog's out looking for the scooper, and he's gonna go with a beautiful throw to the back corner, back shoulder. That's a football throw right there for the former Wingate football player, Jakeem Polk. Put it right on his back shoulder. What a great throw from Hartzog.
Flyers flag boy. I guess they're two flag boys.
Wow, talk about athleticism.
It's really hard.
It does. That kid's really fast. Those flags are flying pretty perfectly straight out there. Well done, kid. Sign him up.
Yeah, Flyer Stadium looking a little more enthused after that great play by Jacob Mao and the follow-up catch from the jock.
And we see a lead stretching out to 10 points now, 24-14. Look for Nashville to try to do a Big Ben Hail Mary type throw here, especially with Stephen Poulos on the line. He can throw it pretty far down there as Raleigh sits Jacob Fairfax, David Richardson, and Jakeem Polk back. Looks like Calhoun's going to be the one to pull this trigger. 2 seconds.
1
1
second.
second. Payne's throwing it up in the air.
Off a clean throw.
And I think that's a D there. The Nashville Nightwatch, unfortunately, unable to get that. And it is a 10-point lead for the Flyers, who will be coming out on defense in the fourth quarter. A step away.
Remember the number on the back of your frisbee, on the back of your mini
What is it? You're going to go try between quarters?
Everyone get over here. We're going to do this. Oh my God, you're going to win this tip of yellow. You're going to take home the tip of yellow. 5, 4, 3.
Calculated, got your number, 'cause you're a joker, and I'm a courtside killer queen. It keeps coming at you now, 'cause I stay winning up like swish, swish, bish, swish, swish, bish, swish, 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 bish. Another one in the basket. Can you touch this? Another one in the casket. Your game is tough.
Expose him. Okay, and we're back for the fourth quarter. Raleigh Flyers up 24-14 here in beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina. CJ Clickhill along with Josh Smith.
You know what they say, CJ? The fourth quarter makes the dollar, but I don't think we're going to see any change out here. in the Nashville defense.
Oh my God. Please tell me you looked that up online.
I've got commentator fever season.
Oh,
There's dad
my
jokes
goodness.
left and right, Bruno.
This is great. I respect that. I never heard that one. That was amazing. Well, bad puns aside, depending on if you appreciated that or not, the Raleigh Flyers are definitely flexing on their opponents. Up 10, with a chance to increase their lead. See if they can break their highest margin of victory this year, which I think was against the Nightwatch 2 weeks ago. It was either that or the Austin Soul game.
J.A. with an iconic flick pull floating to the Nashville 20.
Not his best flick pull of the night. That one that went to the back corner as Poulos guns that one into Avelo's chest. I think that even if Avelo didn't like use his hands, that would have just slotted between his ribs. And Alan Laviolette getting the D on Chris Calhoun. I think Calhoun's got to take an injury.
Yeah. Looked as though Laviolette accidentally caught him with his shoulder while reaching in to make that play.
Yeah, I hate to see that, unfortunately, for Calhoun, one of the bright stars of the Nashville Nightwatch. Looks like Sullivan's coming in for him. Noah Saul's going to pick the disc up. You know, one thing that the ADL does offer, as Saul looks to swing the disc to Tristan Green, is that on stoppages you can actually move, unlike in USAU, you have to be permanently stayed, which I kind of like, honestly. If there was one of the rules I could change in
Yeah, it's very hard to
USA
get
Ultimate.
used to the ADL system there and that.
As Hartzog's taking a shot, and Cisco is going to toe drag from halfway in the end zone. I think he was in as his foot, you know, landed in the top half of that B of the second Gibbons B. But Shane Cisco doing his due diligence there to make sure that he's in. Very much so. Oh, but the flash kids now have a routine. This is on. It was a routine. Now it's not choreographed. It's definitely too much. Too fast. The other one. Oh, there we go. Back and and it's gone.
I think that you're looking far too closely. I think it's a big picture kind of art statement.
Oh, so
That was interpretive flag pull.
So it was like avant-garde.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's
some
more
advanced-
French words. Throw more French words at that.
As the Flyers have the disc, and Charlie Muniz with the pull. That's all right. It's not bad.
It's a pretty good pull.
Pretty good.
Why did he have to start from not bad? It seemed like he had to climb up the ladder there.
Can't let Charlie have everything. He's playing well this game.
Yeah, that's fair.
As a big huck goes up, and he's chasing Johnny Lynch. Oh, and Hardesty's able to get up over Lynch. Much smaller defender. And that's a goal for the Nashville. Oh, nope, just kidding. He's not in there. He should have milked it a little bit more. Muniz on the mark. And that is a turnover on the goal line for the Nightwatch. High stall count results in a D for Raleigh Flyers. That Muniz's mark to go along with his good pull. Charlie's going deep, and Matsuka's going to take the shot here. Charlie got way behind the defenders, and he's rising up again. A little bit of contact on the mark.
That was very strange.
I'm not sure what happened there. Looks like number 12,
That's
Phil Dougherty, just giving a little too much business to Muniz. And Charlie making him pay as he falls over on the mark. Kieran Allen playing some D. Anchoring that handler set with Matsuka. Able to softly hit the around to Pannoni. Pannoni looking for the bones cut. Finds Allen, who's got Johnny Lynch. Johnny Lynch is not in. He's on the goal line.
Similar situation in Nashville.
He's still not in. Johnny Lynch dancing. Oh, can't find
Similar
a
result.
Anything that they can do, we can do better.
A bigger turnover.
A bigger turnover.
A lot less rotation on the disc.
Instead of just throwing the disc into the, Johnny trying to get that one back for his team. Instead of just letting the disc hit the ground, we're going to drop it. We're going to drop it emphatically.
Yeah.
Oh, and Matsuka with the no-look D. Charlie up with the disc, trying to find Matsuka, and he makes Xavier Payne pay. Hits it for the goal. Charlie Muniz having a great game today for the Raleigh Flyers.
Yeah, that point was it was tough for Nashville on two fronts. The first being if you have that opportunity knocking and you're in the red zone, ready to get that goal, you got to put that away if you want to advance 14-26 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And second of all, getting the time it took to get those two units on Raleigh, there's a ton of time you can on the clock, so they need to act fast. And they need to
Yeah, I was wondering what happened. Down, I was like,
Oh, he definitely plays Fortnite. Look at those hands moves. This looks like a loading screen of Fortnite over here. All right, Nashville's got the disc. Oh gosh, they almost threw the centering pass away. Peter Barry, center handler. Inside backhand. Jacob Fairfax playing defense. Uh-oh, look out. Double team applied by Tristan Green. Looks like Calhoun has got the wind back in him.
Great defense from Jacob Mao.
Looks like Schroeder with the disc. He's going to take a shot here, and Mao's going to test Calhoun. That disc is headed out of bounds. Hate to see it. That's a deep cutter. There are a few things I hate to see more than a disc when I'm cutting deep. Tail out of bounds. Gosh. Really sad right now. Gotta wipe the tears out of my eyes. All right, Flyers picking up.
Well, that was a
Tristan
quick
Green is taking the shot here for Justin Allen. And Justin Allen has 3 defenders around him. Doesn't matter. The franchise gets open when he wants.
David Richardson on an island.
Chance to go in the handler set. Finds Jacob Mao. Swings it over to Tristan Green.
A little confusion in the Flyers backfield dumps.
Wonder if Mike Denard is going to take a timeout if Raleigh doesn't get a little bit more positive. They seem to be moving backfield a lot, and yeah, I hate to see that.
Turnover in the backfield. That's something you don't like to see as a cutter. All that means is you're running.
Really says something to the Raleigh Flyers, because you can see a lot of their players as Nashville takes a shot here for a goal, is that the coaching staff is probably not going to be happy about that. Even though we're up 12, 11 now, you don't want to see your D-line offense turn it when you have a break opportunity. You want to cash in on those break opportunities, especially when it's an unforced error like a screen throw. That's something that should be hit 100% of the time.
Yeah, those are the things you see in Coach Denardis's. Oh, I'm hearing the music. Sorry. Not having technical difficulties. But that's something you see in the Denardis, David Allison coaching pack that they like to unleash on North Carolina teams. Consistency is key. They drill in those little 3-man isolation sets near the end zone, backfield swings. Those are the things you don't want in first practice. Absolutely.
This will get it inside.
Even the way you flex, that's what turned me on. You know you make me weak.
The Flyers receive this disc, and it looks like that one is out of bounds. It's a lot of out-of-bounds pulls. It's not even windy. I'm kind of confused as to why a bunch of professionals can't keep their pulls in bounds.
It's the humidity.
Or it's maybe because they're not a pull. I'll be here all week. All right, Jack Williams with the disc. He's got a wide open Brett Matsuka. Oh. And he opts for another cut. A little give and go between him and Nutt. He's got Terrence Mitchell over to the side. Nashville still applying their clam. It's a interesting bid there from number 4-9 Sullivan Wilkes.
He seems to be reacting to all of the fakes that Nutt keeps throwing at him. He's very, very volatile as a defender, trying to be energy focused and bring it to this past season MVP.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure Nutt coached Sullivan for Triforce. I think that's Sullivan. Is Sullivan on Triforce?
I don't know if Sullivan played Triforce.
Oh, and a really big bid right there from number 15. Looks like that's C.
With a
Allen takes that.
yeah, wearing the three-quarter tight.
Bring it in. That's a physical play.
Both were able to remain safe, make sure they didn't hit each other, and that's Kieran Allen's, I believe, 4th goal of the night. Nice. Nicely done, Kieran. It's the haircut, man.
Sadder note, the Raleigh Flyers flag has in fact touched the ground. I don't know how to proceed from here.
We have another flag over here, though. We have, looks like we lost the old flag over, and now we have a new flag
Interesting us, CJ, because we are champions.
It is loud in here.
We are receiving live insomnia cookies.
We are going to now rate the cookie for you.
This cookie can't fit on a 1 to 10 scale. I don't care what number scale you want to put this cookie on. You can describe this cookie.
I
One word. CJ, what is that word?
I don't think I can use that on the air. Absolutely. If you come to the game next week against Atlanta, you can definitely, get a cookie from Insomnia. As Nashville takes a shot here, Avello reeling that one in. And the goal for the Nashville Nightwatch. I'm sorry, I'm lost into this cookie. I know why they call it an Insomnia cookie, because I feel like I'm in dreamland right now.
Fantastic put over the left shoulder of Mike Pannoni, or the right shoulder of Mike Pannoni, falling hard. That's that throw of the future that you heard CJ talking about. When you have such a wide field like this, if you can hang outside-in shots and make them float all the way over to the other side of the cutter, the side on which the defender is not defending, then that's putting that future on it, like we like to say. Hard to defend a shot like that, as evidenced by Mike Pannoni extending and still not being able to bring it down. You know exactly what's about to happen.
Owner Casey Degnan is literally fattening us up with Insomnia cookies, and you just can't say no to these things. They're pretty good. Xavier Payne with the pull.
Everybody hear that? Disc, water balloon, and cookie. And you get to be an honorary hanger member.
Which in itself is a real treasure. The people in the hangar are lovely. They just like to have fun. They have the greatest cheers. All about it. As Dave Snow picks up the disc. Finding Terrence Mitchell. Jack Williams. To Fairfax, and Fairfax going to show off his arms instead of his legs. Hitting Terrence Mitchell, and that point took 9 seconds.
Great movement from the O-line. I feel like I'm seeing the disconnect between the Nashville intensity and their execution on defense. It seems as though they're bringing a lot more energy to their one-on-one matchups, but not being smart about shifting around and protecting the dangerous space. I know Coach DeNardis expressed at halftime that the Flyers on D should be focusing on the space that's dangerous instead of reacting to the thrower itself. And it seems like Nashville can take a lesson.
I think it's important to also realize that the AUDL is different than Club Ultimate because it's all about the angles. Ultimate itself,
It's all about the angles. Eats third cookie.
eats third cookie. I'm definitely going to be an obtuse angle after this. No, talk about best players in the world. It's just how Cole is towering into the atmosphere. The best teams understand their angles in terms of their marking or their defensive positioning. Nashville's just not doing a good job of keeping their angles, like on their marks or with their downfield clam, as Poulos is able to snag that one out of the air.
Great example of a throw that was just, a little too wide of an angle. He had to exert himself a lot more than he should have for an upfield pass. Rips an inside out. Floats perfectly over trailing D-Rich.
Peter Barry, man, going up, doing what he does best. I saw that kid for Triforce Sky pack after pack of people when they took gold 2 years ago, 2016. It was amazing. Let's just put it that way. Peter Barry is an incredible athlete. I loved playing with him on Turbine when he was 17 years old. He did similar things for us, and it's nice to see him being able to play with the team and really grow into his skill set as a player. It also helps when you have Pulos throwing you skyballs all the time.
Now, what starts with the letter C?
Intense defense coming from Sully, first to charge down the field as the Flyers set up what seems to be a little bit of a side stack action with some isolated players in the lane.
And we see a fake go play. Usually a go play is when that side stack runs across the field and one person stays. As Nut uncorks a huge hammer, and that just magnetizes right to Terrence Mitchell's hands.
That was faster than the other point.
My God. Are we just competing over fastest point here?
Was that less than 9 seconds, you think?
It was
What
11.
starts with the
No,
letter
it was 8.
C?
Yeah, it was 8 seconds.
Cookie starts with C. Let's think of other things that starts with C.
As we look through the
Who cares about other things? C is for cookie.
refresh that page.
This is dope. We have incredible ultimate stat technology brought to you by CJ and Josh Enterprises.
Sorry, Beeman, we're taking your credit. Matt Beeman, the statistician for the Flyers, does the hard work and tells how many points each person scores and what their completion percentage is. Beeman, I'm calling you out, man. My career percentage is kind of low. I think that it's not my fault. I think it's your fault.
You keep saying his name like we're not going to bleep it out and take credit for it.
Yeah, you're right.
And change our stats.
Yeah, seriously, I need to, as McClellan and Calhoun go every other. Lally with the scooper over top, finding Pulos, and Pulos is going to flutter that one into Calhoun's arms for another quick score by the Nashville Nightwatch. Looks like the Raleigh defense has sagged off a little bit. Pretty sure Coach Mike DeNardis is going to be less than thrilled about that. Even though they're up 11, he still wants to see them, exert their dominance here.
It seems as though Nashville's learned one of the lessons from the opening point of the quarter. They're playing fast, they're playing quick. They know that if they have any shot to get back in it, it has to be a fast game. But they also need to lock down the disc on defense and make sure the Flyers can't play the same fast game. And that seems to be working out for them. Update: the flag corps can get it and dance. They're all cutting up.
They're kind of standing on the flag, though. It's got me kind of worried, honestly.
The Flyer. Should we call it a flyer? Shouldn't all flags be called a flag?
Yeah, isn't it interesting that flyers are like posted on the walls? They don't actually fly.
Nothing to do with it.
God, there's so many questions I have instead of actually focusing on this game. All right, Jacob Fairfax with the disc, and he's going to take a shot here. And he's going to wow. Did he get it? He did. He dragged the back foot in a way that Santonio Holmes would have appreciated, that kind of toe drag.
That kind of too.
I just think about the Super Bowl when they were playing the Cardinals, and like Roethlisberger tossed it into the back of the end zone. He like did that double toe tap to win. That was almost as kind of good as Jack Williams right there. By himself, catching a frisbee.
I think someone told me once something interesting. It's ultimate frisbee is one of the few sports where fundamentally there's no like version of it where you can play alone. There's no version of ultimate where you need or where you can get away with fewer than 2-on-2. You can't throw the frisbee to yourself and go catch it, right? But you can play like one-on-one basketball and you can play like one-on-one. Or like even if you're playing football, you can just line up, say go, and run.
Yeah.
But frisbee is fundamentally a team sport.
You do it with baseball, it would suck, but I mean, pitcher and hitter, that's it. Yeah, frisbee, you'd have to. My friend Mitchell, who plays for the Aviators, used to talk about how he would carry our team, and he would just like throw the disc into the air and then just like run down, and hopefully somebody would tip it, so then he would catch it himself. Nashville moves the disc down. 4 minutes and 5 seconds left. Calhoun going up, and Johnny Lynch.
Smiling Johnny Lynch.
We hear about that one tomorrow at practice.
Beaming as he streaks.
Haven't seen Johnny get one horizontally today, but there are still 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. Perhaps he can go ahead and get that. It's Xander Taylor able to decoy for no assault as Johnny Lynch steps out and throws a nice backhand to Laviolette, who hits Muniz. And he's got Dave Richardson. He's also got Johnny, and Charlie's going to, wow, put that one out to space.
Chuck.
When I'm telling you about Charlie Muniz having a game tonight, he is absolutely feeling it.
He looks like a lion.
Johnny Lynch, and he's whooshing. Yes, yes, Johnny. Throwing up the turbine whoosh with his fellow turbine teammate Charlie Muniz. That is a 31-18 lead for the Raleigh Flyers. Incredible athleticism there from Johnny to rise up over Chris Calhoun, and then Charlie Muniz. Can't say enough about him.
Used to seeing Charlie on the other side of that reception.
There's one thing I've seen from my 4 years of playing with Charlie. It's the fact that that man can throw absolutely dimes. Jacob Fairfax pulling. All right, seriously, dude, you can't do everything, all right? It's not cool. Is he mortal? I don't...
Probably? Probably.
He has to be. Like,
If he was immortal, he probably would be playing. Nah, he'd still be playing Ultimate Frisbee.
yeah, he'd be killing it. He's probably like teaching. He's demigod. I'll go with
This is where the
demigod.
demigods go.
Oh, that's not the one you want to throw against Jakeem Polk. That's like the fourth one I've seen, and they've all been to Jock. And Jock's taking off deep, and if Jock goes, Jacob might throw it for him. Hartzog's going instead. Mao's gonna, or excuse me, not Mao. Matsuka throws it over to Green with 2 minutes and 48 seconds left, hitting Pannoni. Jakeem Polk making the nice undercut there.
Flyers making mincemeat of the fourth side of the field.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Keep cramming at Flyers, and there's Jacob Fairfax, and that's a break for the Raleigh Flyers, 32-18.
Defender looking to make a play, but he got crossed up on his cleats.
Now rocking with the best. Just blaze.
Flyers putting on a stomping of the Nashville Nightwatch here at home. And don't forget that next week we also have a game against the Atlanta Hustle.
So hustle on down. Get your tickets today.
But we also you can show up at the door. You don't want to hustle, it's fine.
Yeah, or just get on the computer like a person living in the 21st century.
Normal person.
The way you're watching this game, most likely. Look at this flag kid cut it up.
I really appreciate the dance moves of this kid. He's really in succinct pattern. Like, he's not missing. I really appreciate the effort.
That's the hard work and dedication that we see with Jacob Mao on his offensive fundamentals. That kid hitting the shoot.
A lefty backhand from Hamid. Is he a lefty? Have I missed this the whole time? Or did he just throw a lefty just because? Somehow.
I haven't seen a lot of forward progressing throws from him.
Somehow. Oh, high release Scuber and a nice catch there from McClellan. 32-19. Flyers still up 11. Unfortunately, I did see Mao in his tank top, so it looks like he's done for the night. I think that he was grabbing his groin or hamstring, and he was at the PT tables, and his shoes are off. He looks like he's done for the night. Rest in peace to the headband.
He's earned his rest.
Absolutely. Having a great game tonight. He did so well. His effective cutting, I swear that man is like 7-Eleven. You want to know why?
Why, CJ?
Because he's always open.
Hey.
Mao's one of those cutters where I'm very happy to play with somebody and practice against somebody who's that effective as a cutter. He reads the field really well. He might not be the fastest guy on the Flyers. He might not jump the highest, but he does the little things very, very well. And his strength as a cutter has really grown. His leadership is great. He's a former captain of Cash Crop, and finally getting a chance to rise up the ranks of the plants to go and play on ring this year.
Yeah, that effort. It's that effort level paying off. He's just a hard worker.
Sullivan almost getting a layout D on Nethercut. Swings it over to Snoke. High release airbounds finding Terrence. Matsuka with the falling overthrow. Oh, and Williams points to his chest immediately, knowing that he missed Kieran Allen. Kieran Allen looking for his 5th goal of the night. A whoosh was called. A wild whoosh appears. Quick movement from the Nashville D-line with a chance to break late in the game. This would be a really good way to end the game. A long 8-hour trip back to Nashville, which is the worst drive ever. I don't like that drive.
That's my whole way home, man.
Dude, no.
Why are you talking about my way home like that, man?
Because it sucks.
Yeah, it's not a fun drive.
And that's a big shot from Payne. Oh, and he caught that. Wow. Incredible catch by number 15, CA.
Everybody's good, it looks like, all the incidental contact.
And that's a nice throw, and that's a break for the Nashville Nightwatch. Wow, what a great catch from number 15. He was able to rise up over 3 people to get that catch.
One of them being Jack Williams.
It's a fun fact to know that next week's game against the Atlanta Hustle, which is our 2nd game this year against the Hustle, our first game, like I said, did not go as well as we would hoped. But we win that game and we clinch a spot for the playoffs, which would be our 4th playoff appearance in 4 years. And that would be a really good opportunity for the Flyers to go in with some momentum into the playoffs, which is something that the Flyers have really struggled with, especially with the Dallas Roughnecks.
Sorry, we just had Mike Benoni, Flyers veteran, win their famous anthem from the 90s.
And it looks like the box waltz, and it's nice to see Matsuka taking the lead here. I really appreciate that. D-Rich looks really uncomfortable. I hope that's not what happened at his... Oh. Ooh. I think that there's going to be a foul call there. But yeah, nice to see the Flyers getting into the dance contest. That's something we haven't seen in years past.
Yeah, D-Rich has been getting the business all night from that box out incident with Calhoun. It's nice to see that he's finally getting his dance for the night.
Oh, and that's... Oh, it's coming. And Fairfax going to... Oh, wow. What an incredible play. Are they calling it a goal?
Goal called.
Looks like Schroeder and Fairfax are having a conversation about it. And Fairfax was pretty humble about these sort of things. Looks like they are having conversations about it. That was an incredible play.
Yeah, Fax immediately stood up as soon as the contact happened.
But maybe a little bit of he was already kind of
Their
deep
division.
there.
And next
Set up
week,
to-
right here at 7 p.m., they will face.
It's all right. Impressive play from the defender to close that speed. I don't think I've ever seen that happen to Fairfax before. You know what? I take that back. That happened when we were playing in Charlotte, and Jimmy Mickle had a ridiculous layout D against him.
The Raleigh Flyers hang on right here.
Actually, probably because on the same point, Fairfax had an incredible layout D against him. Jimmy Mickle not much. All right, well, with 11 seconds left and Flyers up 13, we'd like to remind you that the game against Atlanta next week will be here at Cardinal Gibbons, and it's going to be for a playoff spot. And really big playoff picture. If Atlanta wins, that will help them clinch their spot in this year's playoff race. The Flyers look to take the 2nd spot, with Dallas becoming the 1st team. Atlanta battling with Austin to hopefully hold on to their playoff spot. And with 3 seconds left, the disc is thrown out, and the game is over. The Flyers take the game 33-20 here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm CJ Colicchio along with Josh Smith, and we want to thank you for listening to our, I'd say a game cast, but more like a podcast. Frisbee time. Have a good night, folks. See you next week.